Hey guys, this is Laura Craigie, Garden Girl for twopeasinabucket.com today. It is another Seeing Double Friday, and I'm excited to do a 12 by 12 scrapbook page today and a card. And these are the products that I've pre-pulled. Basically today I thought I like to have kind of a focus for the videos, and usually I pick like a certain kind of product. Today I thought I'd go with more of a color, and actually I'm going with metallics. So I'm going to incorporate a lot of those hopefully on my layout and card today. So I'm just going to very quickly go through the supplies that I have pulled out and get started. So I have some glitter tapes by American Crafts, a really cute chevron stamp, heart stamp by Hero Arts, which I think I'm gonna use on my page. Embossing powders, all sorts of fun glittery metallic colors. Gold mist. These really fun glitter glues by American Crafts, and I have the silver and platinum, which I'll probably use today. White Uniball pen, that's definitely a staple here. Okay, more to the metallics again. Just quickly go through those. These are silver glitter by Pink Paisley, American Crafts stickers. These are from crepe paper though. And these are Pink Paisley, and these are a nice copper, and I actually really love the copper. You see gold and silver a lot, and not as often the copper, so I thought that was kind of fun. I don't know that I'll use all of those, but I have them pulled. These are chalkboard stickers by American Crafts. Love those. Couple things from Travel Girl by October Afternoon, the brads and the buttons. Rub-ons that I actually used in my last video. I used the silver circles. I think I'm going to try using the gold today. And, okay, sorry, it's taking a while. Paper clips. These are exclusive to Two Peas in a Bucket. They come in a whole rainbow of colors. I have the white ones here that I'm hoping to use today. They're manufactured by Freckles Bond, and as I said, only available at Two Peas in a Bucket, so pretty cool. Some cork stuff from Studio Calico, and then these are from Crepe Paper the Pier, which is really just kind of fun color palette to work with. So, and I thought it would pair really well with the metallics. So I'm gonna put all this away, pull out my photos, and get started. These three here, and it's of my three boys looking at my very failed Project Life album from this year. But even though I never finished it, perhaps I will one day, but they really love looking at it. That's one of their favorite albums to pull out, especially for my 2-year-old, because he recognizes all the people currently. It's not like looking at old pictures where he doesn't understand who they are, so he really gets a great kick out of that. Anyhow, I've selected 2 papers from the pad today. I definitely love these stripes. I'm always drawn to stripes and polka dots, so that's what I have there. And I printed 2 photos on a 5x7 photo. I like to do that a lot. And then again a third one that I just cut out. Just to keep it really simple today, and just to kind of really go with the flow and not second guess my decisions on things. So I'm going to kind of just hopefully take not long here to figure this out, and then just start gluing things down. I'm really trying to get better at that, because usually I end up going with my original idea anyways, so I'm gonna, yeah, I think I kind of like this already, so I'm going to start adhering things. I kind of like the placement of that already. I wanted the photos to all be connected, and just have the stripes there. I may cut off a little bit of so we get just a bit of the polka dot there. Yeah, a little something like that. I kind of like that. Okay, so I went to the ephemera pack, and I've pulled out these, and this was actually tucked under there, and I thought it kind of actually looks quite perfect there, and the 3 works because I have the 3 boys, so that was definitely a happy accident, and I like that. Just have to decide where. I think I like it here. Because it feels like it balances all the patterns up here and brings a pattern down here. And the reason why I really liked this was because I had used the stripes up here, so the stripes on this are just going to work perfect. And I don't know if you can see, but there's tiny little gold metallic dots on that. So it's going to work well with my theme, as well as this that says the sweetest. You can see the gold there as well. So again, I'm really just trying to be brave today and go ahead and adhere things. So hopefully I like this when I'm done. And so I pre-printed my journaling, as I like to do, and that way I just worry about the size on my computer and hope that I can fit it in later. Oh, and it actually looks like it's going to fit perfectly. Just cut it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that out as well. So yeah, at this point I think I'm going to try and pull out my metallic stuff and see what else I can add to the page. I'm going to pull out that stamp from Hero Arts and maybe have it over here, or oh, even actually right there might be kind of cute. It's covering up that bit of the photo because it's not too important, and then overhanging here. So I'm just going to stamp that on white cardstock and then heat emboss it. Probably, I think I'm just going to stick with the gold because I already have gold on the page. Okay, so I finished the stamp here. It actually turned out really, really beautiful. That's again, the American Crafts Zing Gold Embossing Powder, the glitter one. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to that, as well as that cute little "The Sweetest Saying," which I think I'm going to have. I'm going to tuck that underneath the heart. Maybe a little like that. I want to still see the stitching that was on this embellishment, so I don't want to cover that up. I also pulled out one of the little white arrows out of the package, and I thought maybe putting it on this part of my picture here. A little like that. Kind of cute. And I like that. Kind of points, draws your eyes back into the page. I actually might get another one and put it right here. We'll see on that one. Alright. So I know I used the silver ones, as I said in my last video, so I'm going to go with the gold this time. And I might actually use the little hearts because I have the hearts here, so just to kind of carry on the theme. Oh, those are really cute. I love those. Okay, so a couple more over here. We'll stick with those for now. I may come back to them. So I'll just leave them over here. But for now, I think a couple of them is okay. Okay, so from the Travel Girl, again, by October Afternoon, I got these two little blue buttons. I'm gonna, I think maybe put them on the heart at an angle like that. And maybe thread them with some hemp cord. I like that. I like bringing the blue color back into the page. So at this point, I'm going to run the edge of the paper and the photos through my sewing machine. It's just lifting up a bit and driving me crazy. I finished sewing everything down. By sewing this picture down though, I did eliminate my opportunity to add another arrow, so I'm just going to be okay with the one that I have here. I thought the next thing I'd do is build the title before I go on and find out if there's anything else I want to add to the page. And I thought I'd mix it up and do a combination of gold and silver. And the title that I was thinking of is Your Memories, because obviously that's what my scrapbooks are, is about their memories. So these are the funnest stickers ever. They're all chunky and glittery, and I just absolutely adore them. Be warned though, you will get little bits of glitter on your page, but I really think that in this case, adds to the charm. And I'm going to, I think, I'm going to start over here and build the word backwards. As well, I'm going to leave it half on the paper and half above. I really love that kind of look. And okay, so when I was spelling, the first part of the word here, I ended up doing it on a complete crooked line, so I'm back to using my T-square ruler here. And if I line it up on the top, and then I've got that shifted actually to the top of this word because I can't use it for the bottom because of the other word here, it just allows me to make sure I'm getting it in a fairly straight line. So that's just a fun little trick. Alright, so to make that space a little bit less awkward, I actually moved the journaling up, and I'm a lot happier with that. And I'm going to play around with this space, and it just feels better. It felt uncomfortable having that space with the title, and I really didn't want to remove everything. So by shifting my journaling up, it feels just a little bit better. And I decided I wanted to add some washi tape to the layout, and I actually have perfectly matched here is some gold washi tape. So I thought I'd rip off a couple strips and add them to the page, just in a couple spots, and see how I like it. And I really did want to use these chalk labels. So I was thinking maybe right here to ground an embellishment. Oh, I know it. This was the chipboard from the same line as the pattern paper and the layered embellishments down here. And I think maybe I'll add a geotag. I think that could be pretty cute. Actually, I do like that. I think I'm gonna leave the middle in the green one there. I know that drives a lot of people crazy, leaving the middles in chipboards and stuff, but it doesn't bother me. Trying to decide now if I'm done or I want to add something else. So I think I'll just play around, maybe add a bit of tape down here that I can just fold over. I do like the washi tapes there. It might make this one seem a little busy. So by doing that, I have it in kind of the 4 quadrants, and I'm okay with that. Alright, so lastly, I think for the layout, I've pulled out my Zaz glitter glue, and I have the silver here. I thought maybe I'd squeeze a bit onto one of these geotags and rub it in. And I'm just kind of patting it up and down. And then maybe rub what's left of my finger on the tag here, just anywhere. You don't really have to worry. I might actually squeeze some onto my little stamped image here. Alright, so one last thing I just ended up doing as I was pulling the page away, and I just thought I'd point out is, and I'm not sure how well you can see it, so I'm going to lift it up. Right there, there you go, the glitter. So what I did was I just poured a small amount of the glitter glue on my fingertip, and then rubbed it, much like I did the remnants on this little part of the tag. I did it in the bottom here and up top, and it actually is kind of fun. It's like a different alternative to misting, maybe, is just adding some glitter there, and hopefully it'll dry and stay on there. Hey guys, so now we're going to move on to the card, and just in case you happen to notice, obviously my nails are different. It's a different day. I usually do them back to back, but one of my kids was sick and needed mommy, so we're doing it now. So I have a lot of the same supplies pulled out. I picked out a piece of paper from the PR line. When I was picking through my other papers, I saw the red chevron here and I really just loved it, so I thought we'd use that for here. I'm not going to adhere it down yet because I'm not entirely sure how much of the card front I want it to cover. Usually I go in the lines of thirds when I'm picking a pattern paper, so it would cover like the 2/3 or there, or anyhow, a little like that. So I'm not entirely sure where on the card I want that to sit. I do know, I think I want to use a chipboard star, and I'm actually going to cover it with glitter tape. It's one of my favorite ways to cover raw chipboard, just because it's so quick and easy, and really just it's a nice impact. And of course you could heat emboss it if you wanted to, but I kind of like the glitter tape route. I'm just trying to open the back there. And why I love it is just so simple. Basically, I just kind of start in the middle and then lay it down and trim it off. At this point, I'm not really worrying about it being perfect on there because I will trim around the star. I just want to make sure I get everything covered at this point. And I just keep pulling the backing off as I go. And again, you just lay it down and trim it off. So it really can't be any easier than that. So I thought I'd have this chipboard lined up with the two, which I'm going to flip it, with the two peaks of this point of the star. And I want to have the top of the card remain white. And I actually think I'm going to kind of go against what I said before and have it just above halfway. So not really at one of the third points, but there's a bit of a reason why. It's a little like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to form my center around the peaks of the star, so I want to be able to see some of the white above it, and then I'll just trim that bit right there. So for now, I am going to add a tiny bit of adhesive to the card, just in the center because I'll be sewing around the edges, and I don't need any more than a little bit to hold it there. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess. So I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to trim this card down a little bit. I usually this is a standard size card base. I usually automatically cut off 1/2 inch. I just prefer that size of card better. It allows me to have overhang and still fit in the envelopes. And I can already tell that I'm going to want to do that on this one as well. So I'm just going to get out my trimmer and cut off that 1/2 inch. It's just a comfortable size for me. For whatever reason, I found it works well. Design-wise, things tend to look a little bit better with the longer, skinnier cards. So a little like that is what we have for now. And this is going to be a rather simple card. I just basically want the star as like the main focal point, and then the sentiment to work with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull back out the alphabets that I had before. I have the glitter, both metallic letters here, and it's going to be a simple thank you card, and I'm going to spell out the word thank and then just put a gold U in the center of the silver star, which is why I chose silver, because I really wanted the gold glittery star to pop out on top of that. So this is kind of what I was envisioning. And again, I just want to make sure it's going to look okay. So I'm very gently placing the alphabet or the letters down. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. So I'm going to turn off the camera and just try and figure out what else I want to add to the card, and then come back to this. Alright guys, so unlike my layout, I'm being a lot more indecisive on my card, so I pulled everything off. I just wasn't liking what I had envisioned in my head, so I think I'm going to do something a bit different from my original thought. I maybe have the star down here, and then I think I'll have the gold U here, and I'm actually going to spell out the YU and have the silver thank above that. So it's kind of where I'm sitting at this point. I'm going to go ahead and sew down the red paper before I get anywhere else, because once I start laying down the chipboard star, I don't think I'll have enough room to run my sewing machine through it. So I'm actually going to do that now. One thing I was thinking of doing, because I did trim off the little bit, I thought I'd add a little detail to the side. And so I have this is all my October afternoon word stickers. I keep them on a binder ring. And on every sheet, there's always these little tabs, and they're one of my favorite things, especially when it comes to cards. I like to have little kind of tabs on them. Like I say, when I trim off that bit, that allows me the opportunity to have overhang. So I like using these for that reason. Open that up, and I'm going to add that at the bottom here. That's just a little fun detail, I can add something in that space, but I want to add it now because I want to sew it down when I do my perimeter stitch there. So I'm going to go ahead and do a stitch, and then I'll come right back and finish up the card. Alright, so I finished sewing down the edge. I'm going to add a bit more adhesive to my star. to make sure it really stays stuck. And I'm going to hope that I've found the place that I really want it to stay, because it's pretty much not going to be able to move now. There we are. And as I said, I think I'm going to spell out the whole U now. And I'm just going to be able to line that up with the bottom of the red paper to make sure I get it nice and straight. And I want to line it up with the U. And again, now I'm going to get my ruler here and make sure the rest of the word is lined up properly. And this is just a simple T ruler that I grabbed from, gosh, I don't even know, maybe Walmart or something. I've had it for quite a while. I don't bring it out as often as I used to. I think I even lost it for a while, but I found it, so it's sitting on my desk, and now everything in my album is much straighter. Surprise, surprise. All right. For the little tab here, I have a bag somewhere where I keep the little extra die cuts when I'm cutting things. Oh, I think I might have spilled it on my desk, because here's two little stars I was thinking of. These are extras from a page I did a while back for the designer garden. I think it was a page I did in February when the theme was shapes, and I had all these stars. And I did something very similar actually with this star too. But these are little extra ones, and they're very tiny, but I always keep my little bits in a little plastic bag because I know I'll end up using them eventually. So I'm just going to carefully add a bit of adhesive to that. And it's just a really tiny, tiny detail, but a cute one. I'm going to pull out my corner punch here and maybe see about trimming one of these top corners. I'm just actually going to put it in here and kind of get a visual. Yeah, I think I do want to do that. I can see by putting it in there I'm going to like the little, and I think I'm just going to chomp that one upper corner there. And that's really it for my card today. I really wanted to just go nice and simple and clean, which is, and have, I usually don't include a lot of white space on my card. I tend to love patterned papers and having a lot of fun that way. But because on my page I did the same thing, I used a lot of white space, I thought I'd try and match my card up to it. Alright, so here is my finished page and card. Again, I used a lot more white space than I normally do, and I went a little bit more simple in the card. I had a lot of fun. I really wanted to incorporate just a bunch of metallics, and I definitely achieved that, so I'm really happy with that. As I'm looking at my card here, the one thing I'm remembering is that I added the little rub-ons here, and I think I'm going to pull those out and just quickly add some to my card here. Oh, I definitely like that. That's quite a fun addition to this card, so I'm glad I noticed those at the very end there. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and are inspired to use a little more metallic in your design. Maybe not as crazy as I went on these ones, or maybe even more so. I don't know, whatever works for you guys. I had a lot of fun today, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Feel free to leave me comments on 2Ps or YouTube. I will get back to you if you have any questions. Yeah, and as usual, all the supplies will be linked up on 2Ps, as well as a couple more fun metallic things in the shop that I thought you guys might like, or things that I thought I might use, like my mist that I just didn't get around to using. Lots of fun inspiration there. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you next time on Seeing Double.